You can get it up to 640 horsepower, Drew. You can also option it with a movie projector.
Love that.
Get an over 200-inch screen. It sits right in here. It's hidden. This thing charges at over 400 kilowatts.
Just
it's a smart car.
insane.
This is 10 to 80 in 15 minutes on a much larger battery.
This video is brought to you by Iona, North America's premier charging network. With unmatched commitment to elevating the customer experience, Iona is opening America's roads to all EVs, giving drivers the coverage they need, the reliability they deserve, and the amenities they crave. This video is also brought to you by Eaton. Eaton is a one-stop shop for implementing reliable and innovative EV charging infrastructure at your site. Across all applications, Eaton's EV charging infrastructure, hardware and software gives you the scalability, flexibility, and intelligence you need to charge today and scale up tomorrow at eaton.com/EVCI.
Hello and welcome to another Out of Spec Reviews video. You join us, me and Drew, here at the Zeekr factory somewhere near Hangzhou City. No, Hangzhou Bay, not Hangzhou City. Two different places. Anyway, doesn't matter. What matters is this, which is the new smart #5. It'll be sold both here in China and in Europe. And Drew, this thing charges at over 400 kilowatts.
Just
it's a smart car.
insane.
It's crazy. I don't know what is going on in Geely Group, but they have figured out charging. I'll tell you that much. Also, you can get two different battery packs, crazy charging, great range, great technology, all for a fairly reasonable price, which here in China, this is going to be equivalent to around 35,000 US. Now in Europe, pricing hasn't been announced yet, but I'm going to tell you it's going to be more than that. What we're going to do in this video is take you on a quick tour, not a full in-depth one, but we have, I don't know, 30 minutes or so to play around with the #5, and we're going to drive it for the first time. So join us for a quick look at the absolutely crazy smart #5. Drew, initial impression, how does it look to you?
I'm not a huge fan, but I mean, it's got some cool features to it.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those polarizing designs. To me, I really like it, but I'm also, you know, some of you guys may know I own a smart car. I've had a few over the years. I have a 453 Cabrio, and it's electric, of course, and I love it. This is not what I think of when I think of a smart car. This is a Smart Plus in size. But I think a bit like the Mini brand, we're starting to see them get larger, and I don't think people are mad about Smart getting big. I wish they would go back to offering the tiny little city cars that I love so much.
That's kind of what I think of. Maybe I've got a little bit of a mental block with something being this large, having a Smart badge on it.
Yeah, totally. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. But what's interesting is this isn't built on the EX30 platform. This is built on like Zeekr 007, which is like still SEA, but SEA medium.
It's a little larger.
So it's not actually built in this factory. Drew, if you could pan over here, this is the Zeekr SEA large factory. So 001, Polestar 4 is built here, and we'll have a video coming soon of us taking a tour of this factory, which has been amazing. And they actually brought this Smart over from the Geely R&D Center so that we could make this video for you. I think we're one of the first, if not the first American outlets to get our hands on one of these things, Drew.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Come around the back, take a look at this. This is obviously the Chinese version. You can option this car with LiDAR and crazy features as well, but here in China, I believe by regulation, you have to have the badge written out like that.
Oh, it's a regulation thing. Oh,
yeah,
that's funny.
That's what they were telling me. To open the trunk, this car is filled with cool features. You push in the middle of the A. How cool is that?
Yeah, that's neat.
No one will ever figure that out.
Yeah, right.
Unless they watch this video, of course.
Kind of a security feature.
Yeah, absolutely. Pretty high loading height back here. I mean, I would actually wish this would be a little bit lower. It's way higher than even like big SUVs like Lucid Gravity or something like that, just saying. And then you have a fairly sizable interior trunk space. You've got a little bit of underfloor storage, which is nice. And you know, there's very large commonalities between this and other SEA platform vehicles. Even though it's not built on EX30 or Polestar 4, it's right in between those. It really does share some of that same vibe, same feel around the vehicle. Coming around to charging, this one being a Chinese spec, has GBT. So you have 22 kilowatt AC, which is the small port on the right. Then you have up to 410 kilowatt DC fast charging on the left.
That's what we're talking about.
So The LFP pack in this one is 65 or 70 kilowatt hours, something like that, but it's not the golden battery. It's like a pretty, normal size charging battery. The one you want to get is the NMC pack in this, which is the 100 kilowatt hour pack. You get more range, and it's 4C charging, so 400 kilowatts on a 100 kilowatt hour pack, which I think makes sense. Tires and wheels coming down this way. We're on the Continental Eco Contact 7, 255, 45, 20 in the back. How about the front? What are we looking at? 255. Square setup.
Makes sense for this type of thing.
Yeah, you can rotate your tires and wheels, and I'm sure it'll be fun to drive. This one is the long-range rear-wheel drive option. So you can get it up to 640 horsepower, Drew.
Yeah, that's enough.
It's like a hot hatch. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, think like GTIs, like 300 horsepower. Wow, this is like the same size.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit bigger, but then like twice the power.
Double. Yep.
You can also option it with a movie projector. Where
Love
you
that.
get an over 200-inch screen. It sits right in here. It's hidden. And then you can have like a drive-in movie. There's even a speaker that you can pull out, and it's Bluetooth connected to the car, so you can sit inside or outside at a campsite and have a movie projector. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a cool feature.
That's what you get with these Chinese cars. But what I like is these cars are coming to Europe. I don't think this one's going to come to the US. I hope it does. Would be cool. But overall, it's just a nice looking car, and all designed by Mercedes, which typically would be a bad thing because they're EQ,
That's not something you maybe want to advertise.
Yeah, no, because EQS, EQE, all pretty ugly. So it's like, take that badge off. I mean, the people here have been pretty proud to say it's designed by Mercedes, but I actually think they did a pretty nice job on it. They also do a great job on the G-Wagon. So they know how to design boxes.
Yeah, right.
Let's jump inside, and I'll show everyone. Actually, sorry, Drew, I'm changing it up. We're going to show under the front trunk,
There we go.
because this actually does have a front trunk. I can push and hold. It's a little bit of a delay, but it does have a fairly deep front trunk here, which is, pretty nice. I wonder if
solid.
you get the all-wheel drive version if it's less space.
Yeah, it's always funny when it's not,
Right.
where it's like, okay, well, you didn't really take advantage of everything you could have.
Exactly. Inside we go. So some things in the software are going to be different because this is the Mercedes version. Let's turn down the Lady Gaga that's blasting in here. And we've got a couple different displays. So let's start on the right, a passenger display and a driver display. This is very common for Chinese electric cars to have this. And you have, again, controls on this side for heated and ventilated seats. You have your app switcher, of which you can pull up a few different media or browsing related apps, gallery and stuff. But really the main screen happens here. So Drew, if you want to come inside, because it's nice and toasty in here. It's getting chilly out there, dude.
Yeah, it's nippy.
It was actually below freezing last night. This morning it was -3.
Oh, really? It really did? Okay.
Yeah, -3 Celsius. Okay, let's go through all of this. So we've got the driver's display that covers most software stuff. It says it's 5 degrees here, but then 10 degrees there.
Okay.
Don't know who to trust,
not
because that's a
talking to
pretty
each
big
other.
difference. 2 wireless chargers with cooling. There's the little cooling fan that goes.
Oh, love that.
So smart, literally. And and you've got a key that's upside down. It should be, oh, the key is now gone. It should be this way. That's weird, because then this is where you put your keychain, so it's always going to be in the way. The VinFast is like this too, and it's super annoying.
That's not really well thought
also-
out, is it?
Kind of a crappy feeling key. What do we have? Ambient lighting everywhere because it's styled by Mercedes. They got to put light on all the stuff. We've got a Sennheiser sound system, head-up display, a driver's instrument cluster. So it's just like all the screens, all the stuff.
A lot going on.
A lot going on. But I think when you're sort of a young, tech-minded buyer, which is probably what this car is engineered for, sort of the style, this Mercedes, smart heritage.
Yeah, it's got to be a young buyer base, I would think.
Yeah, no one's going to see out-of-spec Dave driving this thing around.
not a Dave car.
Not a Dave car at all. But we've got a huge glass roof. I mean, inside, this thing does feel pretty big. Like, it's a nice size car, huge back seat. We'll get back there in a minute. Someone's laptop, not sure whose that is. Very Mercedes styled center console, super deep as well, and even a chiller or just a chilling function.
Nice.
That's great to have. 2 cup holders here. This kind of feels crappy Mercedes plasticky in a sense.
Yeah, the new gen Mercedes stuff is, it's a little cheesy.
Yeah, it's not the best, not at all. But we have some hotkeys for heated and cooled seats, the typical Mercedes seat adjustments on the side, and it's a very comfortable place to be. I actually have a great seating position. As with every car, wish I could go a foot lower than I am.
Yeah, always.
But it's not that bad. There's some real big offenders. This is not a big offender for seating position, I think. Super nice steering wheel with great stitching on the inside. You have your typical stocks, very plasticky, crappy feeling stocks. Those are, these are things you interact with every day, and these might win the award for shittiest stock feeling. I don't know what's going on there, but those are not very nice.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, that's a bummer, because if you just put the Mercedes ones on here, it probably costs 10 cents more.
Yeah.
And gives you a totally different experience when you're inside.
Really worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. On the left side of the screen, you have all of your driver assistance functions. You can activate, navigate on Pilot. Here on the left, totally different ADAS in China than the rest of the world. So in China, you can also option a LiDAR that will do city, like FSD stuff, which I hope we have the chance to try out. The Zeekr 7X is ours over there. That has the LiDAR. Maybe we can do it. I heard you have to take a course.
Oh.
It's like you have to watch an infomercial and then take a test.
Oh, wow.
Which is actually smart.
I mean, that's actually a really good idea, yeah.
It's like, yeah, because there's always this question of, is it the car's fault or the human? And so that probably explains all of it.
Yeah.
It's also probably in Chinese.
Well, yeah, I would imagine. And, but man, I mean, driving in the cities is really tricky, or can be, so... Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, good idea. I think we'll try and film that if I'm right in thinking that all happens with the 7X video. Other than that, we've got just a nice, driver instrument cluster. Like I mentioned, you can control some of the stuff with the menus here, pull up different stuff. This is your main control center where you have different backgrounds and scenery that you can put in. So that's all pretty nice. This is run by an AMD 2000 chip. Don't know what that means, but it should be pretty powerful and very updatable. Does support over-the-air updates, which in general, I would say Mercedes and Smart have done a good job of. We have a couple viewers who have Smart #1 that are very pleased with them.
Okay.
And that's built on EX30, so that's the size down SEA, and people seem to love them. So regardless, what I've heard is very positive customer reactions to this car or this brand, this new Smart brand. You've got an app store that you can download stuff. I have carefully read, because I can definitely read that. And nothing in there that you can download, as far as I can tell. Hot recommend. No recommendations. Why is that there? Okay, interesting. So yeah, just normal stuff, built-in dash cam, automatic parking, smart modes. So car wash mode, camping mode, pet mode.
Great.
Ah, wonderful. This mode is only for pets. Do not leave children in there. Cute little doggo. What does it do? Yeah, create a comfortable environment for your pet. The display will go into sleep mode to prevent any unintended interactions.
Yeah, smart.
And we'll turn it off there. That's great. Rest mode. That's a common thing in Chinese cars as well. And then entertainment mode. Camping mode. I guess we'll just keep on climate, as you would expect. Love all that type of stuff. There are a couple hotkeys on the left side, such as you can get a quick to, important vehicle settings. So steering adjustments, regen adjustments. You have your drive mode setting with some fun noises. Eco, comfort, sport.
I know you love the fun noises.
Yeah, some of them are annoying. The turn signal's unbelievably annoying in this car. Let's just...
Yeah, that one bugs me too. I don't know.
It's just like choose the 2 worst frequencies and sounds, and that's what you get right there, going back and forth. And some other things. Should we see if it does route planning?
Let's check it out.
Okay, so I'm going to hit search. I'm going to go here, and we're going to type in Beijing. Oh, yeah. Search. That looks all right, I think. Click this.
1,140 kilometers, is that what
Yep,
it says? That makes sense.
That's the one. It's thinking. It's routed. It's it says we'll die there. Is this to put in charging?
Couldn't tell you.
I'm gonna. Oh no, that's not it. I saw this.
There you go.
Yeah, this one. So you have to tell it I want route planning, and then it will do it. Not so well though. Huh.
Maybe yeah. Just click start.
出发，全程1489公里，大约需要1天5
Why doesn't it just auto route plan? What does this mean?
左转。
I think that was
Yeah,
so. I just did this in the Zeekr 002 or just Zeekr 02, and it was similar. Where like it would say I wouldn't make it, and then I have to hit another button to say yes, plan the charging stops, and I think that has to do with this pop up. Okay, so it's the other selection. One last time. And we'll get there. It's just all in Chinese, and Drew doesn't actually read Chinese letters.
Yeah, I can speak it, but no reading. Sorry.
Okay, now we'll go here. We'll select this. We'll go there, and then we'll hit this
That
one.
one.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Cool.
Now it's got the charging done.
Nice.
Okay, it still says where you'll run out, but it's planned the stops. Don't know if it's good or bad, but with 400 kilowatt charging and 100 kilowatt hour pack, this is probably one hell of a road tripper.
Oh yeah.
Okay, there's also some other cool settings in here that we found. You've got quick controls, which is like, sunroof adjustments. You can, program your hotkeys. We've got headlight positioning. All this is pretty normal. Bunch of ambient lighting, different audio functions. A very good audio system, by the way. We
sounded great.
it. Sounded really good. Driver assistance. This is the NSP Navigate on Smart Pilot, they call it. And then this is where you can go to a radical lane change and overtake.
Whoa.
That's probably interesting.
Let's test that out.
Yeah. Different, adjustments for regen braking, sports, all brake-by-wire, ESC stuff. S-pedal is what they call one-pedal driving.
Okay, which felt great.
Yeah, felt really good. We'll take everyone for the ride so they can experience as well. And just some other basic functions. Head-up display, screens. This is the fun part. So we're here in the battery menu, and it's got 22 kilowatt charging, 3-phase, 32 amp, and a manual preconditioning option.
Yeah, great.
Wonderful. Love to see it. And now it says adjusting battery temperature. It also supports vehicle to load, so you can discharge out of here, which is really wonderful. And what else? Vehicle condition. This is like service requirements. Really not much. There's a rescue mode. So it will basically go into
Trailer
neutral.
mode. Yep.
So you have to turn off auto hold or S pedal. Makes sense. Should do that automatically. Privacy and storage management. I think that's most of the tech in here, Drew. Really nice.
Good stuff.
Good. Overall, kind of like everything you would want, I would think. So should we take it for a drive?
Yeah, let's rip.
We are heading out of the factory now, and what a wonderful facility this really is for the large size SEA vehicles. Now heading out onto the street in the smart #5 for the first time. I've got one pedal driving on. We're in full comfort mode. Turn signal noise is terrible. We're going to turn that off. And the first thing I think we should do is try some of the power. So I'm going to go into sport mode, which we have selected. And we're going to just launch it, because why not?
Because we're not.
This is just the rear-wheel drive one, but... Oh, even rear-wheel drive gets up fine. Damn, builds more and more power. One thing we've learned with Geely Group vehicles, Drew, is they the rear drive ones launch really slow, but then just make more and more power the faster you go.
Yeah, so is that like just a gear ratio thing, or is it all, software driven?
Don't know, but they should just give us more power at less speed.
Yeah.
So it might be like if you test drive both, they want to make the all-wheel drive feel spicy. I noticed the same thing with EX30 as well, because EX30 all-wheel drive, man, shoots off the line like a rocket.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive. So we're not, you can tell we're in a very industrial area. If you look ahead, there's not much going on here. But I think we'll just get a very quick test drive impression of this car, get a sense of the quality, the ride, cruising around. But I'm very impressed with the one-pedal drive tuning. It's better than some of the other models that I've tested from the brand so far. And you factor in sort of the big range that you can get out of this and the crazy charging, and you have yourself a incredibly fast road tripper. And it's a smart car. It's like a pretty cool option. Seats are very comfortable. Overall, feels nice. I'd rather have this than an ID4 as an example.
Oh yeah, sure. ID4 is just I just can't get excited about it at all.
Yeah, it's old. They charge slow. I mean, this 400 kilowatt charging.
That makes it attractive. I mean, that's that's really crazy. Maybe that'll just become the norm.
Yeah. So like Ioniq 5 EV6, the eGMP stuff are 10 to 80 in 18 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
This is 10 to 80 in 15 minutes on a much larger battery.
Oh, just amazing.
It's so cool. And, you know, just cruises nice. I mean, that's what we're doing here, just driving on a straight road, obviously. But I think what we'll do is we'll try and go into, sport mode. And let's see if we can just kind of send it around this corner really quick. So, no one's coming. In we go. And full power. Just leaning on ESP. Feels heavy and lazy.
Yeah, that didn't feel sporty at all.
Actually feel sporty at all. But, you know, if you're just cruising, that's what this feels like it might be good for.
Yeah.
Driver assistance. Can't activate S pedal because it's restricted when you're in driver assistance, and this one's not the LiDAR full system. But in general, nice car. Anyway, we'll come back at the end with final thoughts, but we're just going to drive this thing around a little bit. Well, that concludes our test drive of the Smart #5. And you know, Drew, from my impression sitting here, this is just a comfort daily cruiser, really nice steering weighting, honestly totally acceptable one pedal driving, which is unusual to find for Chinese engineered cars in general. And everything about this just feels like a great urban commuter and a great highway cruiser. ADAS seems okay.
Nice daily.
Nice daily. Nothing performance oriented here.
Nope.
But there will be a Brabus one. And while it won't necessarily make more power, they're going to change the map so that it brings in the power sooner, and then can, you know, hold that 40 horsepower longer, which will be really cool. And in general, I would say this is just a cool car. I mean, it's got pretty usable tech. If they can keep the price down in Europe, it'll be good because the plastics and stuff aren't really that nice around here. So I just think they need to really keep the price low for the European market as much as possible. But here in China, for 35,000 equivalent, it's certainly not the cheapest, but it does offer a unique styling experience and great tech, great software in general for this. Does kind of the thing you need it to do. The question is, would you buy this over a EX30 or a Zeekr equivalent? Probably not. I think the Lynk & Co stuff has even better software than this. And so the HMI of that is really amazing. But in general, I think this is a cool car, and it is coming to Europe. The charging performance is great. The big battery is great, and I like it. So call me a Smart #5 fan. Can't wait to experience this car. Maybe on a European trip one of these days, take it for a road trip, test it on the Autobahn, test the fast charging, do a trip, and really see the endurance of how everything goes. So thanks so much for watching. Thank you for filming, Drew.
No problem.
That's a quick test drive of the Smart #5. Glad we got this car on the channel. That was a huge score for us.